In the dusty lands of Burkina Faso, a man walks without fear. Not because he carries bullets or blades, but because he walks with spirits. His name is not found in official records. He moves like the wind through shadows. People call him Gaddafi. Some say he came from the Sur Hill. Others whisper he emerged from the forest near Bobo Dioulasso. No one truly knows. But one thing is certain, since the rise of Captain Ibrahim Traoré, Gaddafi has never left his side. Not as a soldier, but as something deeper. A spiritual shield. He wears dark sunglasses that hide eyes that have seen far too much. His neck is heavy with beads, not for fashion but for power. Each bead is said to be alive. Some whisper, some burn. Some are worn around his waist and wrists, charms wrapped in red, black, and ochre cloth soaked in ancient rituals. He carries no weapon. Yet, men with guns fear him. When President Traoré moves through a crowd, it's not only the military that watches over him. It is Gaddafi, walking like a man, but with the presence of a hawk. He smiles softly, but even the bravest fall into silence around him. He is not just a protector. He is a gatekeeper between this world and the next. In Ouagadougou, people say Traoré cannot be killed. Some call it luck. Others know better. They believe every bullet aimed at Traoré must first pass through a world the West does not understand, a spiritual realm guarded by Gaddafi. Old mothers whisper that even satellites go blind when he is near. Western powers have tried drones, threats, and sanctions, but none have reached Traoré. Not because of his military, but because of his anchor. That anchor is spiritual. That anchor is Gaddafi. He doesn't speak much, but he chants quietly under his breath in a language that tastes like fire and ash. They say he speaks to the spirits of the land, the rivers, the mountains. They say he calls on the ancestors to cloak Traoré like fog over a hill. He was trained by no university. He kneels before no flag. His school was the forest. His teachers, old men with gray eyes and no shadows, taught him to read bones, to silence snakes, and to turn sand into warning. When Gaddafi enters a room, birds scatter. Dogs fall silent. Some call it superstition. Others call it madness. But the West, with all its satellites and intelligence, fails again and again. And in their closed rooms, intelligence officers whisper, "There is something we do not understand in Burkina." Traoré rules not just with courage, but with protection stronger than steel. And Gaddafi is the keeper of that protection. He disappears into the forest for days, and when he returns, he brings calm and silence. They say Gaddafi once stood in front of a soldier sent to betray the president. He didn't say a word. He just looked. And the soldier dropped his weapon and wept. That is power. Power that is not taught, but inherited. Given. Earned. This is the strength of African spirituality. Not loud. Not boastful. But firm. Unblinking. Unshaken. And with men like Gaddafi, this power cannot be bought. And it cannot be broken. So the West watches and wonders. Why has Traoré not fallen? Why do their plans crumble in silence? They do not understand that some wars are fought with eyes closed. In places no drone can see. And there, in that invisible war, Gaddafi stands, silent, smiling, and unmoved. Not protecting a man, but guarding destiny itself.